Alright, this should be the final fight. Catan Shard. Dude definitely looks like a deity.
If it serves your cause.
You are my prey. Let's do that one.
Not your Xenos pet monkey. This tedium is beneath me.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Not your Xenos pet.
I wonder how hard this will be. Argenta has been doing very well. Did that even do any damage? Look at his health, 10k. God damn. How the fuck is this gonna work? Is melee gonna work?
Slow and painful is the way. It is handled.
Yes, sir. 100 damage. It does do damage, but look at it's so little. Oh, I just realized he gets 3 turns in a round. Huh. Wait, can I do this? Yeah.
Build.
There we go. We get the other opening. I think I'm gonna have to rely on Argenta for this. His health is insane. Yeah. Then just in case, let's endure and elusive. Alright, let's see what you can do.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Let's do this as well.
Doubt is for the pig. Why I was chosen.
I can't tell. He still has 10k. Oh, cautious approach. Don't forget that.
I'll do it.
Extra attack. Did you just heal? Oh, you motherfucker. Oh wait, there's... Did you just teleport? Oh wait, we all teleported. Oh shit. Oh, and he has fucking copies? Probably should take care of the copy. This might be a bad idea.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs. I can do that with the right incentive.
Alright, let's take care of this one. Let's do this.
I am his will made manifest.
94. Let's just do the 100.
As the
Ooh, nice. Okay, let's buff you. She could probably kill maybe all 3 copies.
For this.
Let's give you the extra turn.
They'll write legends about me.
Which way? This is gonna be an awkward angle. Just go
the
here.
enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Do this one.
Doubt is
Nice. Just one left. That dash is not gonna make it. I guess reckless rush.
Without deeds is worthless. Guided by faith.
Guided by the light. Another douche lit up by. Nice, she soloed him. Alright, just him, right? Yeah.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Aw, cool. Oh shit, your lead is there. Okay. We gotta get closer to Argenta to give the
Living on the edge.
the extra turn again.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
Do I have sight? Oh shit, I do not have sight. I'm not gonna be able to, I think.
Don't get too cocky. I want a medal for that one.
Oh, I can move again though. Nice. Oh, come on. Come on, Gamer. Grandma, work with me. Yeah, that's fine. Let's inspire again.
And it is done. Don't get
Resolve.
too cocky.
Wounds.
I
Here
can
you go.
do that with the right incentive.
How much health do you have now? Oh, we did like two. What the hell is this? 2k of damage. I don't know. That's holding them in place though. That's good.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, is what I was chosen.
Ninjas to my release. I see you. You will be erased. What is that? Energy orb. Oh, the fucking copy. I just took him out, asshole. I should probably kill the orb.
I'll do it. Eradicated.
Alright, nice. I guess the copy now. God, Argenta's so insane. She could totally solo this. Why she does that to you? Because someone has to heal her and give her all these turns. Like, that's all I can do.
Don't get too cocky.
Ah, fuck, they used, whatever. Oh no, I fell down. The copy. I feel like I should just wait for Argenta to do it. Or maybe we should kill the copy while Argenta focuses on the main guy.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Sure.
Prognosis is favorable.
I need at least 2. Let's do this one.
Running binary override. The vulnerability analysis.
Okay, like a third of his health. Not bad. Not as good as Argenta, but not bad. Hello, you're lit.
Worthy soul.
Okay. Probably here.
If it serves your cause,
All right, let's expose weakness.
I understand your intent.
Let's do pray.
If I must.
Need at least 2. Okay, and then I could do the other one.
This tedious ancestors guide me.
Oh, this other one's not gonna kill, I think. Well, maybe.
If it serves your cause.
Nice.
Fortune favors the swift.
All right, that was pretty good. Could do. Yeah.
Oblivion approaches.
Dash through him.
Don't distract me.
All right, sword. Are you still? Nope, you lost it. That's 700. That was pretty fucking good. Oh, he's got the green thing again.
I'll revel in your terror.
You know what? Actually, it's too late now. Let's make sure you live.
Grace and manners.
Oh my god! James almost dead! Okay, maybe you should get the fuck out. I need her. She's the one who's making Argenta do all these moves.
I can do that with the right incentive.
You should be fine. Yeah. Sup, fucker?
Threads of purpose so unraveling.
It's not over yet. Wildfire.
You, my Emperor.
What the fuck is this? What is happening to her? Is it here? Da-da-da. That's all good stuff. Oh, Doomed by the Void. What is this? What? No! This creature is destined to die in the next round unless someone takes their place. You motherfucker! Take the oh, someone has to die. You're a bitch. You know that? Fuck. Hey, you know what? Let's get closer.
A moving target lives longer. How about no?
Oh, he can't act because of that. Will this work? There we go. Ooh, that sucks. I guess it has to be Jay. That sucks because no more extra turns, but she does have the least amount of health. It makes the most sense. Fuck, I want to go behind here. Shit. Expose. This is bad because I'm not in cover. You could reduce damage taken from him, I guess. I know he's too far. Oh, I messed that up. Fuck, that sucks. How far can I put this? Maybe, in case it goes there. Oh, me. Dude, I have not played as me in this entire fight. Jesus. That's crazy. Alright, let's do this. Bring that back up. Sworn enemy.
I'll see to it personally. I'll
Buff.
make it happen.
Buff. How much is this gonna do? 300 is pretty good.
Good offense. Who you should have thought twice before crossing me.
I still have a lot. Oh, cautious approach.
I'll see to it personally.
Slash. We could. Nah, let's play it safe.
On it.
Oh my god, more copies. That sucks. Oh, your lead's still not dead. Oh, it probably went into her turn. Yeah, you're still. Let's expose weakness.
I am not your Xenos pet
This.
monkey. If
This.
it serves your cause,
This.
this tedium is beneath me.
I doubt that's gonna work. Let's try it.
If it serves your no weakness is hidden from my sight.
Did he actually get intimidated? Oh, he did. Wow, I thought that would not affect him. Would that be worth doing? It might be worth doing. Oh, this is him. Okay. This way.
Distract me.
Buff up. 600 damage. That's not bad. Let's dash this way.
What are you, warrior of anguish?
Then I guess elusive shadow. Oh wait, the free. I keep forgetting he has a free attack.
Kneel before me, praising.
Damn, that's worth it. 200. Alright. Alright, Genta. Up to you. I wonder if I could just bum rush him.
Because
there's still the copies.
Through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Oh, do I need a reload? I
I'll
do
do
need a
it.
reload.
As the
Why I was chosen. That is
God, monster, you don't belong in this world. I think I did it. We beat the game. Argenta is broken. Or at least the way I built her. She's so strong. It's crazy, a bunch of humans defeated. Well, and also the space elves defeated a Catan? Citan? The ancient monster struggles against the energy manacles of the yoke. Its impossible power that makes reality itself burst at the seams. Oh, wait, this thing can alter reality? That's why there were copies of me. Burst at the seams are now being forced into a dungeon, quark by quark, returning it to a cruel, painful non-existence in the moment. It could struggle harder, but something hinders it. You are the cause of these hindrances. Only now does the Catan shard turn its focus to you, where the battle was nothing more than a reflexive resistance of an alien mind absorbed in a completely different range of thoughts and responses. But now it is thinking about you, and its thoughts are so corporeal that you can sense them and know them. It seeks an end to the confrontation. It is capable of resolving it in a way that would benefit all. He wants a peaceful solution? Damn, his design really is, I'm assuming Warhammer Catan is an actual thing, it's not for the game. Like, just for this game. It looks so, like, wicked. More and more tears appear all over the shard's form. As the yoke absorbs its power, it becomes increasingly harder for the shard to maintain its physical structure. Each imperfection you inflict brings the Star Predator closer to imprisonment. Oh, Nomos. Do not bow your head before our abominable precursor. It was begotten by the dark abysses of the past. It is a fragment of that which devoured stars and erased civilization. It knows no benefit other than its own. Allow us to stand against it. This is our time, our impossible chance. The fuck, Theodora? As yet another layer of reality cracks, a figure appears before you. Her. After giving you a probing and appraising look, Theodora permits herself a slight smile. Try to touch Theodora. Particles of reality around you begin to boil, trying to heal the wound upon existence and preventing her from entering your version of being. You and she can exchange words, thoughts, and glances, but a physical connection is an impossibility. You are merely fleeting phantoms that could scatter at any moment. She is silent, her gaze still trained on you as if she's trying to commit your every feature to memory. What should I do? The smile grows wider. To walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. The wound on the reality is healed, and the vision of Theodora quickly fades away. You catch her last words. Whatever fate you choose, one can only hope it will be better than mine. Oof. Think about the Catan. I hope I'm saying that right. Mental contact is effortless. This is not communication. Such a powerful being cannot comprehend communicating with anyone but its equals. It simply bears the gifts of making the others hear and understand it. So grand is the potential of its thoughts. I guess try to comprehend. The Catan is the pinnacle of reality. It is eternity, dominance and omnipotence, individuality. The Catan is the original purpose behind all existence. Is this? After I finish this game, I gotta look up the Warhammer lore. Because I'm assuming this is a real thing. The rest was born in order to contain, nourish, and be appropriated by the Catan. To the Catan, space is an illusionary variable. To the Catan, time is a young and trivial phenomenon, for it had existed for an eternity in the gaseous energy fount of the universe before time was eventually born. To the Catan, fact and probability are mere abstractions, between which it can soar on its electromagnetic wings. Currently, the Catan is not whole. It was shattered into lesser pieces, and so were its thoughts and powers. The feeling of emptiness is oppressive. It yearns to become one again. You hear Pascal's vox whisper. I know this feeling, Xenos. Yeah, the collective. I guess the motive. The Catan, all Catan exists to spread and conquer, not to stay manacled within Untime, where it was entombed by the contemptible sentient tools away from all that is, the Necron. The Catan wishes to ascend, sate its hunger, and embrace once more the pure exhilaration of claiming and taming reality. Try to understand. Power, eternity, comprehension. The Catan once chose to reign over the short-lived races and forged a new glorious fate for them. It has learned from its mistakes, now will only bestow upon the chosen few. Catan can grant, your thoughts falter, for it is difficult for your mind to fathom the full scope of this word. The Catan can grant everything. Yearlet. Do not listen. Reject the promises. Do not allow your mind to be clouded, Elentak. No one is capable of receiving everything, or granting everything. Not even a star-devouring Yignir? And this shard of a Yignir cannot even grant itself freedom. That's true, he can't even free himself. Stop thinking about the Catan. I guess Nomos. If our birth ever had a purpose, then it is here and now. Why do you call the shard your precursor? Because that is what it is, and what we are. We have told you before about Theodora's ambition, Armarnat's mind, the ship's cradle, and Epitaph's secret. One spouted into another and spurred yet another. Thus, Nomos were born. We were but an echo of the shard's power, an echo that left its prison, but we have become something much more with your help. He's part of this Catan? Or this shard? Huh. What do you intend to do? Clash with the precursor, touch it, absorb it, so that the reflection becomes the object reflected, so that the shard becomes Nomos. Then and only then will its threat be eradicated forever. Do you think you could do this, Nomos, and what will happen afterward? We stand at the threshold of probabilities and outside the bounds of predictability. It is beyond possible to know whether we can or cannot. But we believe that we can, and that is what drives us to try. And if we succeed, we will obtain power beyond compare. We will become a shield against any threat, no matter in what form it may manifest itself. I have made my decision! You can sense the shard's reaction, observation, analysis, and almost intangible anxiety. I'm assuming these are like the final choices. I mean, Nomos, right? My path has led to like him being buddy. Maybe he could do it. He's my kid, I guess. Face Nomos. Act now, my child. Do it for Papa. We are ready for the most important battle of our life. Wish us luck. Ulaf. Nomos steps into the shard, and the whole world explodes into terrifying whirlwind. You can hear the colors. Wow. See the touches. Ice burns your hands while fire leaves you freezing. And in the midst of this madness, you clearly sense a battle raging. A clash of two beings. One endlessly ancient and the other endlessly young. The power of the Catan shard is such that it redefines the very notion of power, but it has a weakness, one that you can see only now, with the shard and its rival standing face to face. The shard is just that, a shard. It is incomplete, it is not whole, and it cannot be what the Catan was once before. What opposes the shard is something entirely different, an undivided, sentient being with a clear purpose in mind, akin to a well-aimed arrow. And the one who fletched this arrow and sent it airborne was you. Me? The battle goes on and on and on, outrunning the course of time. But you don't need the gift of clairvoyance to know who will emerge victorious. Wouldn't that mean we would be a buddy-buddy with a Catan then? Oh, is he gonna be kept in the prison? Damn, that noise. Grand finale! I beat the game? The Catan shard was transmuted into a new form, and their name was Nomos, possessing the power of an ancient being and nurtured by The Rogue Trader, the young star god, watched over the Cornus Expanse, their new domain, with curiosity. Holy shit. That's fucking nuts. I birthed a new form of like ancient deity, basically. Or young deity, not even ancient. It's a mix. Gathering its bleeding worlds together again, the Rogue Trader dared to build something more noble and civilized in the Expanse. A haven for those drifting unprotected in strict hierarchy of the Imperium. It would be an unbound frontier, where freedom and compassion were not wholly extinct. There's Nomos. The shackled monster under Von Valencia's control ensured the survival of the fledgling utopia. The Star God destroyed all who threatened its peaceful civilians, and instilled fear in those of little faith. The Expanse tasted the sweet fruit of freedom and tolerance with revenant fear. Yeah, I basically have like a nuke. And like, you know, it's like he could set this nuke off if he wants to, so we should probably listen to this guy. The Imperium could not... Yeah, don't I have a... hold up. The Imperium could not forgive such an insolent deviation from the order prescribed by the Holy Terra. The Von Valencias dynasty was accused of seditious formation of their own empire. Ooh, fuck. An invasion fleet gathered in the Calixis sector, and the lifespan of the young utopia was as short as its creator. Oh, damn. So the Imperium brought all their fleet to destroy my empire, basically. Utopia. Protecting the young kingdom of freedom, Nomos created dimensional barriers that cut the Cornus Expanse off from the Imperium more soundly than the Great Rift. The humanity of the Expanse was left in isolation, relying only on themselves. They either had to build something new and different from the Imperium, or fall to the horrors lurking in the darkness. And we're cut off then. Okay. But we're enemies of humanity then, because the Imperium hates us now. The ideals that StardustSynchron Von Valencias was committed to were alien to the Imperium. I mean, I was friends with both the... what do they call it? The Eldar and Dark Eldar? I have both of them on my team. But close to the hearts of many in the Expanse. Anyone who could not resolve a dispute or who was denied justice rushed to the palace of the Rogue Trader in search of mercy. Oh, Corda. Having learned a bitter lesson on football, Incendia Corda let go of her fanatical zeal. Hey, we're cut off in the Imperium. What the hell happens to her? She was like super dogmatic. The time of purges passed, and with it, the time of law and order. In the power vacuum that followed, the dark legacy of the abominable Aspis reared its ugly head, and Incendia's domain gradually devolved into a nest of criminals and pirates. Because of a power vacuum. Huh. Okay. Oh, Winterscale. Resisting the temptations that besieged him, Caligos Winterscale returned to his domain and began to piece together the shattered remains of his protectorate. Until his dying day, his actions and thoughts were dedicated to saving abandoned worlds and protecting survivors. Alas, he was not able to achieve much in the time he was allotted. He breathed his last breath on the same throne that he refused to leave for decades, adamantly refusing augments that would restore mobility and the power of his legs. I thought I killed this guy. The cult of St. Drusus continued its struggle to spread the faith around the Expanse and expose the vile aggressions of the authorities. Oh, wouldn't they hate me since we got cut off from the Imperium? The stronger and wealthier a planet was, the less its rulers wanted to see the black-clad preachers. Riots and assassinations pushed the cult to the place where it felt most confident, the frontier. Okay, so they don't have as much power. Like they're in the fringes. After the death of, yeah, this guy, Doloroso, a man called Chaplain, took leadership of the Drusian mission. He hid his name but not his crimes or his piratical past. With a resolve and experienced voidfarer, he steered the cult and even led his fellow believers on military expeditions against brigands, enforcing order and converting depraved captives to the faith. Okay. In the following years, the Cogniscience fleet slowly and deliberately left the explored systems of the Expanse for the furthest remote regions. Observation stations and claimed worlds were abandoned, and even Euphrates II became derelict. Statistical divination warned the fleet's conclave of the grim events awaiting the Expanse, and they decided to deliver their fellows from the coming storm. Yet they did not share the truth with the lay people. It's only them. The schism of the discontinuing the cycle engulfed the entire fleet, and soon the civil war was over. Disregarding the commandments of their forefathers, the explorators started down a dangerous path of new comprehension, creation and revision of procedures and algorithms. The fleet was united once more. In its unity, it was ready to stare down any horrors standing in the way of catechism of maintenance and operation. Magos Opticon 22, one of the first to hail the return of the Messiah, that's Armanat, I'm pretty sure, like Pascal, took the helm of the mother squadron of the fleet. Unquestionably embracing the teachings of discontinuing the cycle, he personally saw to the crushing of any renegades who did not accept the Messiah's word as truth, and earned himself the identifier Chrome Scourge. That's a pretty cool nickname. The crisis in the Expanse dealt a serious blow to the business interests of the Fellowship of the Void. Having no powerful allies, they retreated into the darkness of the frontier. The hard life they faced there forged them into a new tribe, furious, wild, and willing to do anything for survival. They swore to return and retake what had once been ours. Oh, they're mad at me then? I thought we were buddies. The first command that Ryza issued after her miraculous rescue on Footfall was the complete extermination of all worshippers of dark gods among the Fellowship of the Void. The old pirate wanted to find another way for our people to survive. The former renegades hoped to live by the law, working as mercenaries and traders. When it seemed they were finally on the path of a peaceful solution, the Navy conducted flash raids and destroyed all their ships. Oh damn, those who survived the bloodbath were hanged. That sucks. Violence throughout the Expanse put many on their guard, and as a result, the Caspalica mission business declined. Soon rumors surfaced among the code traders about a so-called commission that made it through the Maw and into the Expanse. Its purpose was to audit assets and take measures to restructure operations. These words carried with them an ominous threat. Vladaeum, as Liege of Footfall, survived 14 assassination attempts and thwarted no less than 2,000 schemers before a shot finally took his life. The esteemed Liege's funeral was held in great secrecy, with only his closest entourage being permitted to view the corpse, which spawned some peculiar rumors. The Imperial Navy was wary of the rise of the Von Valancius. They saw themselves as dogs guarding the flock of the Emperor's subjects, and there was a new master of the pack. Therefore, the dynasty was watched with utmost diligence, and the admirals feared that one day they would have to go to war against a rogue trader. But I'm a good guy! Captain Thorfast founded the Thorfast and Companions Merchant Company, excelling in trade and acquiring escort fleets. After 3 decades, he traveled to the Maw to return to the Imperium, in hopes of obtaining the fabled warrant of trade. He wanted to be a rogue trader. When the rogue trader's apostasy became apparent, the Navy fulfilled its duty and fought the Von Valancia dynasty. The Battle of Dargonus ended in a resounding defeat. The surviving ships fled to the distant systems. Disheartened but not broken, the captains vowed to rebuild their force and planned raids into the apostate territory. Damn. I wonder if I maxed out my reputation with those guys, would they not be so, like, against me, I guess. I don't know. Dargonus continued to grow for 2 decades until a terrifying rebellion put a decisive end to its prosperity. A genetic anathema known as the Gene Stealer cult infiltrated the hives of Dargonus and tried to take over the world. Millions were exterminated in purges, and street battles destroyed many hives, setting Dargonus back centuries and depriving it of its chance to become the capital of the Expanse. Kiava Gamma washed off the stain of its former defilement, but not the dark memory of it. The sacred halls were never silent, and the production rates became the supreme law. The glory of the Imperium was forged in blood and sweat of its toilers, and the millstones of the manufactoriums ground the worker down by the thousands. Even in death, the souls of its servants dared not step away from their machines. Gamma grew and new manufactoriums were founded, until disturbing reports started to trickle in many years later. It seemed someone had secretly taken control of the colony, shrouding it in a tangle of conspiracy. Neither inquiries nor threats to the tech priest or executions helped. Someone in the shadows was weaving their web and making secret plans. Janus was conquered, the Xeno spirits were exorcised, and the wilderness was subdued. We killed the Xenos there? Damn, I thought we were partners. The fields grew until they covered the entire planet. Billions of tons of provisions were harvested there. Janus could become the breadbasket of the expanse, and to threaten it would condemn millions to starvation. Janus became a melting pot for cultures and hundreds of worlds, taking in refugees from across the entire expanse in its darkest hours. It became a stronghold and a symbol of hope. After the crisis passed, the refugees started to return to their home planet and to reclaim the lost worlds, thus earning Janus the proud name, the home of the Reconquista. Despite grim expectations, the coexistence of humans and the Eldari did not lead to the enmity. Janus had faced trials, and the struggle against them brought the two peoples together. Oh, that's cool. They did not develop an affection for one another. They learned to speak with no weapons in their hands. More than one dangerous xenophile schism was born on Janus. That's cool. I mean, that's basically what I did, since I got 2 Xenos on my team. 5 years after the Epitaph campaign, Zebos 6 died out as a result of an unknown scourge that came from beneath the ground. Convicts and overseers were poisoned, mangled, or just disappeared. However, the slave barracks were quickly repopulated, for there were no shortages of outcasts and criminals in the expanse. No longer secluded and forlorn, Foulstone turned into the spiritual center of the expanse. Clad in gold and power, rulers went there to anointed for greatness, criminals for penance, and the righteous for encouragement, and there was no end to them in sight. The Order of the Hammer grew in power and prominence thanks to the rogue trader's patronage. So widespread was the reverence for Cognatius that he supplemented Drusus the warrior on his pedestal as the most honored saint in the expanse. The Drusian cult did not forgive this, and feuds broke out between the clergies, but the warlike servants of the Hammer were not afraid of bloodshed. Excuse me. The fate of the pure-voiced prophet, guardian of the hallowed crucible, was a sad one. After visiting 7 worlds and bestowing the blessing of transformation upon them, he perished at the hands of bloodthirsty Drukhari pirates along with his retinue and the priceless relic. I don't even remember this. After recovering from Korda's regime, Footfall reclaimed its status as the trading hub of the expanse. Having learned a bitter lesson, Tokara created the Footfall Partisans Militia, a well-equipped mercenary army that answered only to him. A modicum of order returned to the station. The changes to the Von Valancens dynasty brought to Footfall endured on the station long after. I cannot read. Poorhouses opened by the order of the raid traders saved many hungry and homeless from death. Unfortunately, this disrupted the station's delicate ecosystem. No longer freezing to death in empty compartments or tormented by epidemics, those who lived in poverty on Footfall began to choke the station, leading to a sharp rise in crime, organ traders, illegal augmentic specialists, and savage gangs. The Reichard system turned into a purulent wound of corruption, poisoning the expanse. The surreal energies of the yawning warp legion held its planet together, even in the absence of the gravitational pull of the star, defying the very laws of existence. Immense depravity took root on Reichard Minoris, and it poured out into other systems with glee. Oh shit. Henry X was right. I should have fucking blown up the planet. God damn it. The people of Rykard Minoris, saved by the rogue trader, eventually found a new home. The colony of New Rykard was founded at the edge of the von Valentius Demisnene. For a short time, the world was a place of equality, as there was almost no aristocrats left to enforce any kind of hierarchy. But within a generation, everything had returned to business as usual. Yesterday's serf assumed the burdens of authority with pleasure, as well as the right to mistreat those of lower rank. In the memory of this world and all who perished on its surface or met a fate worse than death, construction began on the orbital slipways of footfall of a glorious cathedral ship to be called Rykard's Sacrifice. The fusion reactor, powered by its engine and cannons, fueling them with the fierce power of the motive force. This guy. With the fall of their unholy patron, the Edge of Daybreak, the cult of the Final Dawn perished as well. Yay! Every cell of the cult was hunted down and eliminated. Rumors that some worshippers of the ruinous powers had managed to get away, hiding the writings of the warp-banished lord under their robes. Left without a mission or a leader, the word-bearers retreated to the depths of the Immaterium, the warp. Their last act of vengeance was a bloody assault on Footfall. A populace of several asteroids was exterminated or enslaved, and the statue of the God Emperor was badly damaged. Rumors of the rotting remains of an Eldari craft world spread around the expanse. Explorators, privateers, Casablanca agents, anyone hungry for easy money all rushed to frontier systems to vie for a piece of the prize. Some were swallowed by the warp, while others perished in skirmishes with their rivals. The most skilled and fortunate returned empty-handed after decades of searching. The colossal ship, as big as any Imperial world, simply vanished, as if it never existed. But the legend of the forbidden treasure lived on, continued to bring daring souls to ruin. I wonder if it's the same craft world that Yearlit is from, that she was finding. Like maybe the entire expanse heard it. Eldari from the fallen craft world Krudorark, who once traveled through the darkness of the expanse in a desperate attempt to gather the remains of their kind, were becoming a rarer sight. Even the most skillful Casablanca agents and audacious bounty hunters with knowledge of Xenos settlements on the edges of the expanse can no longer find their trail. Squads of Eldari rangers suddenly appeared on different worlds and disappeared abruptly without shedding a drop of blood, their purpose remaining an enigma. The news of Xenos appearing in the expanse were followed by a report from the agro-world Janus about a strange flash in the night sky. When the light disappeared, authorities sent out patrols that located a Xenos camp among ancient ruins. The trail ended near a monument, a webway gate. Where this path led the Eldari, only their farseers know. Time spent on the same world as Monkey pushed the farseer Muran toward reflection. When the webway gate awoke on Janus, squads of Eldari rangers stepped onto their ancestors' world. He averted a bloodbath, granting the Lilithan and its new and naive citizens his blessing. He disappeared through the shining portal, departing for a new home. The spirit monolith, purified by the Harlequin troop on the Crone world, was hidden from insatiable eyes of Monkey by raging warp storms. Ships started going missing more frequently in the systems close to the planet. Even the most courageous captains gave the region a wide berth, and it was named the Damned Reefs. Somewhere on the underside of reality lay Komar, woven from manifold other dimensions, illuminated as always with the light of the stolen suns. Its streets ever filled with screams and agony. Any misfortune experienced by the Dark City became another scar on its appalling face, lost among thousands of another vile blemishes. As long as pain pulsed in its blood-soaked spires, the insatiable, unshakable Komar continued its flight through the webway, along with its unchanging ruler, the leader of the Cabal of the Black Heart and the most dangerous of Drukhari, Vect. This is the guy in the photo? Didn't I kill him? This is Ymir's, isn't it? Yeah. The fall of the Cabal of the Revan Tempest united Komar for a brief and bloody moment. The elites of the Dark City set their squabble aside and found a new game in tearing apart the domain of Archon Ymiris. The fate of the Revan Tempest reminded the other Cabals that nothing lasts forever in the Dark City, save the city itself. God, I hated this boss so much. God damn, spent like 5 hours. Leaving the Necron systems behind, the Star God eventually obliterated every tomb of the ancient Xenos race. The old hatred of the Catan, betrayed by their deathless servants, whispered inside him. Holy shit, this guy killed every Necron. The voice of... Oh, this is my team now. The voice of Voxmaster Victus Suri Atta of the Talaman dynasty has long resounded in the expanse, bringing hope and trumpeting the arrival of the merciful rogue trader. Known for her wisdom and acute understanding of the ship systems, over her long life she taught many generations of future Voxmasters from the Talaman dynasty. Her body was built into the bridge the bridge itself, and in times of need, her voice flowed through the Vox, dispelling delusions and despair. That's fucking nuts. That's crazy. After years of dedicated services, Master Helmsman Rayvar was granted, despite his objections, the privilege of rest. The wise servants of the Omnissiah implanted an augment into his brain that restored his ability to sleep. Soon afterwards, something unprecedented happened aboard the ship. The Master Helmsman overslept and missed the start of his watch. His temper did become much more agreeable from then on. Many years later, High Factum Generis Denrock sought permission to retire. He said that age had softened his heart and that a more worthy young and assertive successor should take over his position. There was no shortage of candidates. Under all that fat, Denrock had a sentimental heart. He spared nothing for the orphans of those who had died serving the rogue trader. The children were given an excellent education and were eager to serve the dynasty. Urban Drivstum cared more about preserving the influence of his line than the well-being of the Protectorate. His blind ambition lost him the governor's seat and the respect of his family. Within a few generations, one of the largest houses of Dargonis turned into an obscure family of petty aristocrats. I think I remember that. I think that family's the one where you could flirt with his wife and then the wife ends up being the villain and you're like, why? I thought we had something. Geprak missed the moment when her family, which had previously functioned like a well-oiled machine, started to fall apart, racked by infighting. Among her distant relatives, many blamed Torina for the disaster on Gamma. Soon the Gaprak family splintered into warring factions and spent centuries locked into a violent struggle, only occasionally punctuated by futile attempts to reunite the house. But my boys. Macarius Sourback was loyal to the rogue trader to the last, despite all the rumors to the contrary. Finding little affection among his subjects or family, he stayed true to himself, remaining a forthright, severe, and pious person. Macarius strived to ensure that every soul in his charge felt justifiable dread before him and the God Emperor. Regina Sourback, sugar-tongued loyalty to the rogue trader prompted many crude rumors. The gossip stopped one day when the Sourback's cold body were found in their bedroom. It is widely believed they fell victim to the machinations of distant relatives. Yet vicious whispers persist that, at some point between being stabbed by poison blades and succumbing to his wounds, Macarius himself wrung his dear wife's slender neck. His family. Members of House Wersarian served the dynasty faithfully and loyally, amassing more and more power. A century later, they had finally gained the respect enjoyed by other houses, yet power and luxury can dull any blade, and now pampered and idle aristocrats were scarcely recognizable as the descendants of the formidable Seneschal Wersarnian. For some unknown reasons, members of the family found themselves time and time again as targets of assassinations, riots, and focus of palace intrigue. The misfortune that plagued their house suddenly stopped when Regina Sourback met her end. Clementia Wersarnian, daughter of Abelard and Chancellor of Dargonius, executed her duties irreproachably and even found time to school the younger generation of her family. She was an equally skilled mentor, chancellor, and political operative. After a century Of service, she surprised everyone by leaving her position and becoming the first mate of a trade ship. She would later admit, like a true Worcinian, she had a passion for ships and voidfaring. Ooh, this guy. The Harlequin, known as Nocturne of Oblivion, visited the Expanse once again. Sneaking onto Dargonus, he came to the rogue trader's palaces and left him a special gift. A case of Eldari crafting, unmistakably ancient and precious, adorned with a rune of an eye inside of a triangle. Only the Lord Captain knew what it contained. The Harlequin candidly warned him that he was drawing the Von Valancien's dynasty into a deadly dance of shaking doom, and that all will freeze within the threads of terror's loom. Then he promptly departed, and not without reason. A few hours later, assassins from the Dark City appeared, following his trail, and were mercilessly killed. The armor bore signs of the Cabal of the Black Heart. After months of searching, wardens found the remains of Achilles Scalander on the lowest level of the hives. Drukhari artifacts and records discovered beside him indicate the Ancient of the Inquisition had been compromised and working with the Xenos, yeah. Marazai confirmed the guilt of the deceased Inquisition agent and described in detail the torture he inflicted upon the poor soul to gain his obedience and loyalty. He also confirmed that Yearlet was found and killed his monkey toy. Yet, few chose to believe the words of the cursed Xenos, and thus the secret death of Scalander was never publicly known. I mean, we know that's the truth because of the game. Like the dialogue we've seen before. Also, this is the first time we're seeing, well, I'm seeing the portraits, like, full. Like, I can't remember. I think there is a menu in the character sheet. Like your reputation and archetype. You can see it, but I never seen Marzai's for a portrait. That's cool. When the enraged cult of the Fatal Thirst punished everyone who had helped the rogue trader, the traitor known as the Commissaire, survived against all odds, making despicable deals and buying his own life with the lives of others. He found new benefactors. Many more subjects of the God Emperor who had misfortune of finding themselves in the Dark City. Damn, he still kept at it, huh? He still kept swindling people. Should've killed him. The savage deeds Skatov witnessed on footfall traumatized him forever. His architectural genius was shattered. Only the rare collections of true connoisseurs held his work, written in a shaky hand. Footfall, the ultimate void station and mortuary. Belardo, the granddaughter of the pirate Jerry Can, grew up to be a quick-witted and energetic captain. Since her guardian, who simply went by the name Chaplain, knew only faith, slaughter, and voidfaring, he advised her to invest her inheritance in the void ship. Her trade clipper, the Snake, traveled to all the settled worlds of the Expanse and to many uncharted ones. In all the time that Belardo was captain, her ship never once fired on a civilian vessel. That's cool. I remember her. Abelard Worcinian remained the Lord Captain's seneschal in right hand until his dying breath. Oh, what? But we told him to, like, retire after the final fight. House Worcinian, cleared of accusations of mutiny, dedicated itself to Dargonus' fleet. When years later Abelard left this world, the worthiest successor of his family received the honor of inheriting the high office seneschal. Having completed his last journey with the Lord Captain, Abelard, with gracious permission of the rogue trader, left his post as seneschal and took over the helm of his large family. Yeah, there we go. The house rose above its rivals and was never the target of persecution. Even after their esteemed patriarch died decades later in his bed, surrounded by his grieving loved ones. Aww, his final moments were sweet. His shining memory was blighted only by rumors of creeping madness in the twilight of his life. Many said they had seen the esteemed seneschal talking to someone unseen, in a voice filled with unusual tenderness and sorrow. It's probably his wife, because we saw that. You see that in the Dark City. Yeah, we are going through our team now. After the battle of the Epitaph, Argenta was firmly set on the path of Sister Repentia. Her former fervor and zeal gave way to grim, cold resignation. She longed for death, yet death seemed to flee before the former companion of the Lord Captain. or perhaps she could not find a worthy opponent. So things carried on, until one day, while fighting heretics on an uncharted world, Argenta threw herself into a massive inferno to strike down a horrendous warp spawn. Her comrades saw only shadows in the fire and heard the beast's dying bellow. The flames burned for several days. When they finally subsided, Argenta's body was found among the charred rubble, lifeless, but untouched by the fire. In one hand she held her chainsword, in the other a shard of the golden Aquila that she had kept close ever since arriving in the Expanse. Damn. She's definitely the MVP of this entire game. Tabula unlocked the Sea of Possibility, Jay Hadara. She left the Kaspalika mission and became an independent agent. Choosing one's destiny is a unique gift that ordinary mortals would never dare dream of, but Jay was no ordinary mortal. She found new friends, skillfully danced along the knife's edge between trade and piracy, stole from the strong, granted mercy to the weak, and even bought a couple planets. Okay. And she never ever betrayed herself. Half a century later, a fledgling rogue trader, whose name is now forgotten, brutally crushed Jay, accusing her of abusing her power. The rogue trader conquered her worlds, exterminated her people, and did everything in her power to wipe Jay's name and vulgar deeds from the Expanse. That's not me, right? Just a new rogue trader? Who the hell could that be? Yeah, what the hell is this guy gonna do? The Inquisition is evil. Well, he knows. The former interrogator of the Ordo Xenos took the mantle of Lord Inquisitor after his mentor's death, receiving both the Inquisitor Rosette and the duty of defending the sector from enemies of humanity. Van Kalux became the new warden of the Coronus Expanse. Kalux declared a war against the enemies of humanity, be they Xenos, servants of chaos, or heretics in the Imperium's own ranks. The Inquisitor fearlessly eliminated numerous nests of corruption in the Expanse. I mean, wouldn't I count then? The way I played, I was kind of an enemy of humanity. A few decades later, he was assassinated by a criminal cartel. Some say the Kaspalika mission, sick of the unrelenting servant of the law, was involved in his death. In her journeys with the rogue trader, Cassia Arcelia experienced all hardships and delights of the galaxy. The invaluable experience and new knowledge helped her to finally conquer her fears and accept herself and her powers. She became the novator of her house, tasked with addressing the consequences of Tisphone's rule and the chaos that followed her disappearance. For the duration of her reign, she patiently worked on uniting the branches of the house, forging alliances, and expanding the influence of House Arcelio. The Starway Atlas, which contained memories of Tisiphone and the Setala clan, lost its power. House Arcelio's navigators once again had to rely on skill alone and the depths of the warp. Many lost their lives, but those who survived the crisis became hardened veterans and pillars of the house. Most of the most fortunate souls were young and brave. Too few among them were old and wise. Idira lived several more years after the rogue trader's grand campaign. Despite her short life, she left behind many legends and tales of her adventures, the Lord Captain's services, and the terrible warp phenomenon she manifested. Shortly before her death, Idira vanished from her post. Jay disappeared with her. When Jay returned many cycles later, she declared Idira's last days had been full of joy and adventure, and that her greatest pleasure had been watching the Void Whales play. In announcing the discontinuing of the cycle, the Armarnat Collective instilled terror in the hearts of those who revered the theorems of purity, but it gave hopes to others. After gathering its disciples and recruiting servo soldiers from vassal planets, it ventured to the worlds of Screaming Vortex and to the infernal forges of the Dark Mechanicus. This march of re-indoctrination was meant to seize the stolen secrets of the Omnissiah from the hands of the heretics, temper the cult in the fire of battle, and transform it into a tool for both eradication and comprehension. The fleet disappeared into darkness, and only rare echoes of its messages were ever intercepted. For many long years, Yurlet traveled at the rogue trader's side, helping him decipher the secrets of the lost Xeno races and lending him the wisdom of her kind. Half a century later, she sensed that it was time to say goodbye. The path of the outcast had come to an end. After bidding farewell to her Elentok, Yurlet made her way to her surviving kin. Yurlet followed a new path, the path of the warrior. She only hoped that she would never be forced to raise her weapons against mortals who had become her true brothers and sisters in arms. Rumor has it that Yurlet and Pascal met again among the alien stars. A band of Eldari warriors were trying to protect an ancient planetary edifice of their people from the covetous servants of the Omnissiah. Upon learning that Yurlet was leading the Xenos, Pascal personally descended to the planet and struck down his former struck down his former comrade in arms. Her death did not stir any feelings in the metallic heart. Wow. That's crazy. Yurlet's the person I romance, so I feel like I had the connection with her. Well, not even romance. It's more like a bond more than romance. Damn, Pascal, that's crazy, bro. I wonder if he wasn't the Armament, would that have changed? Marazai Azuriash, also known as the Tempest Doom, spent several years with the rogue trader. Really? Okay. Filling the entire crew with terror, yeah. However, with time, his restless and ambitious nature got the better of him. Having grown weary of the company of Monkey, he left the ship. Soon after, the Expanse saw the rise of a new group, a motley army of humans and Xenos, led by a bloodthirsty and ruthless leader. Wow, he made his own fucking posse. With humans, I guess because him spending time with us made him accept like working together with humans or Monkey. Years later, Marazai's name resounded through the Expanse once more. His gang had intercepted Astaria Wersnian's ship. Her head was delivered to Her head was delivered to Abelard with a note informing him that it was a gift from an old acquaintance in remembrance of a glorious past. Abelard's grief sent him on a 6-year hunt for the despicable Xenos, which sadly was unsuccessful. That's crazy. Oh my god. Wow, I feel bad. Damn, Abelard probably is thinking like, this motherfucker rogue trader. You should have killed him. After joining the Stormbiters, Wolfar Thunderlung soon became the pack leader, taking place of Thorvald, who met an honorable end. The new leader sent a message to Fenris stating his intentions to remain in the Expanse. There were too many enemies yet lurking in these hunting grounds that deserved the Allfather's wrath. Legends paid the formidable path in gold. Years later, Ulfar found a battle in which he could meet his honorable death. But the warp was suddenly torn asunder, and ships from Fenris bearing the mark of the wolf head came to his aid, saved from the battlefield by his loyal companion Halbrand. Oh, they're buddies now. Ulfar accepted the honors of the Dreadnought and was entombed in sacred armor. During the blessed ritual, he cursed and demanded to be left to his death, but his brothers merely answered with laughter. When he recovered his senses, Ulfar led his forces to the Heathen Stars. The Allfather had given him a new mission in a near-death vision. No one in the Expanse has heard word of the Space Wolves since their departure, yet many believe that one day they will return victorious. It is rumored that the true cause of Thorvald Ironhide's demise was treachery. Faced with a superior enemy, the Space Wolves called on their allies for help, but a nearby squadron of the Cognizance fleet withdrew, defiantly broadcasting that the blood debt to Archmagos Armanaut is not forgotten. Oh, because Kalkazar ordered the wolves to attack him like before the game. Oh. Such was the echoes of the deed of the rogue trader of House von Valancius. Deeds that transformed the Cornus expanse and prepared it for events even darker and more violent. But those are the events of a different story. This one has come to an end. The end! Oh my god, I beat it! Yay! Oh, fuck. I was debating, like, when I first played this game on doing a playthrough. But, dude, there's so much dialogue in this game. Which I don't mind on my own, because I just read in my head, but holy crap, I cannot speak for that long. Baldur's Gate was a bit different since there's voice acting for almost everything in that game. The only thing I remember not having voice acting was when you just pick up notes. And that's not that bad to read from time to time. But this one, there is voice acting, but it's barely there. Most of the dialogue is not voice acted. Which I get, because like obviously Baldur's Gate is a bigger game, you know? I understand like this one probably had like a smaller team, maybe? A smaller time frame to work on and all that. Plus this game has a lot of bugs. Like there are quests I've done and it doesn't leave from the journal entry. Like it still shows like I need to do it, but I already did it. Another one I remember is when you warp like on the map, there's like that purple light that's supposed to be like the warp, I guess. And there are sometimes when I go back to the bridge after a warp, that purple light is on my character, and it doesn't leave until I like turn off my console and then just turn it back on. Like not even closing the game does it. That one's a weird one, but it's not like a game-breaking glitch. It's a visual one. I think this game crashed one time that I can think of. Which I'm actually surprised, because I thought it would be crashing a lot more ever since that first crash. But nah, there's nothing like that. Alright, what do I think about this? It is very, very harder, might be the word, than Baldur's Gate. Like Baldur's Gate, like I obviously, well, both of these, I knew nothing about Warhammer before playing this game. And Baldur's Gate, I didn't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. So like the system mechanics, I guess, or how roles work. Even this genre, actually. Like I don't play this genre, CRPG, before Baldur's Gate. Unless you count Dragon Age, but that was on... I played that like on 360. That was years ago. But yeah, like Baldur's Gate, I didn't know how it worked. But I still got through the game fine. Even though like I built my character's probably very bad. But in this game, like I feel like you have to know what you're doing. Like for my main character, I made him, what is he? He's, what's it called? Warrior, I think it was, like the same as Ablard, and then Arch-Militant. And then later on in the game, I realized that the way I built my character, he was mostly doing like persuasions and coercion, and that was with Fellowship. And I was like, oh, I should probably respec him into an officer thing, I think it's called, like what J is, because that deals with Fellowship. But you can't respect your character that way. Like, how do I say this? Like in Baldur's Gate, you can respect your character any way you want. Like I was a paladin in that game, but I could have, if I wanted to, respect into a druid, into a rogue, into a bard, into a wizard. But in this game, since I chose warrior, the most I can respect is to the warrior. Like I can't change my warrior to another different type of class, like a psyker or an officer. Like you could get all those points back to re-pick your skills and all that, but you're stuck with the warrior. And I was like, fuck, that fucked me over. Like, well, not that bad obviously, because I beat the game, but it was like, my character like the player character, is definitely not optimal. Like he's not as doing well as, let's say, Argenta. Like Argenta, I definitely built her very well. Like seeing from that final boss, like I could probably build her better, but obviously I built her well enough that she fucking decimated. I felt the same way with Abelard, because Abelard, I remember, carried my team a lot for like, I want to say the first half of the game, until Argenta like peaked at some point. Cassia, I feel like the beginning she was good, but I felt like I built her wrong too, which is why I didn't use her. Marazai, he didn't have much to level up since you get him very late, so I felt like he was okay. There probably could have been better skills I could have picked on him, but he wasn't that bad. Yearlet, I felt like I built her pretty good too. The only negative thing I would say of her was I needed a better sniper, but I couldn't find anything. But she did work. I liked her a lot. That's probably why I chose her to like romance. Plus it was weird, like, I guess from what I understand from Warhammer, after playing this, the Imperium hates Xenos 100%. Like, you cannot affiliate with Xenos or you're gonna die. That's heresy. Which is super interesting because like so many sci-fi shit, that's the thing. Like Mass Effect, like you interact with Xenos. So it's so interesting playing a setting, I guess, that's like, no man, humans only. That's it. Xenos, fuck them. They're basically like the alien or the predator. Kill them. So I really was interested on like when you get Yearlet, like moving more towards her dialogue and stuff like that. And it's super interesting learning about the Eldari or the Eldar, like how like the spirit world works, how their race works, the craft world. That's super interesting to me. But obviously that makes me a heretic to the Imperium. And that was the same with Marazai. I'm not sure how you say his name. But it was the same way where like I was interested on the culture of the Dark Eldar or Drukhari and stuff like that. Although now I'm realizing that was a very bad idea because poor Abelard. I can't believe his daughter got... That's crazy. Who haven't I talked about? Jay is very good. Like, Jay is weird because she didn't do damage herself. Like, I'm pretty sure she had like awful guns and weapon, like ballistic skill and weapon skill. I'm pretty sure is awful on her. Like, she didn't do damage, but that officer role is so good. Like, I would say, I guess she would have to be the second best character just because she makes Argenta keep popping off. And it's why I want to be an officer, but you can't do that. Pascal, I barely used him. Like, I feel only until chapter 5 is when I used him. He's alright. The thing, he has the same, well, the way I built him, he's also an operative, I think it's called, which is the same as Yearlet. But I feel like since he doesn't use a sniper, it isn't as good. I'm not sure, I could also have built him wrong. But he wasn't built terrible either, because he did some work in that final fight, I feel like. There was one melee attack, he did like 600, I think it was. That was pretty good. Special thanks to the team at Games Workshop. Ulfar, I talked about before, where hearing about like Warhammer, I know about the Space Marines. You know, it's the same thing as like Star Wars. Even if you don't know Star Wars, you know about like the Jedi or Sith. Like, you know, that's part of Star Wars. Space Marines is the same deal. And all I know is they were big, hulking men in power suits. But playing this game, I learned more about them, that apparently they're related to the Emperor. That's why they're called the Emperor's Angels. Something about their genes or something like that. I remember Ulfar explained it, like how he became a Space Marine. I wish he was better, but the way he is makes, I mean, I could be wrong, but the way he is makes me think he's a bad character, combat wise. Because I remember saying this before, where he obviously he's a space marine, so he's big, and he takes up 4 spaces, or 4 squares. And the problem is there's a lot of areas for combat where he can't fit through, and he's stuck. And I remember there are times where like we get in an encounter, and the way he starts the fight, he can't get through, like the path to get to the fight, so he has to take the long way around. And it's like, damn man, that's like missing out on a lot of damage right there. Like I'm wasting time for him to catch up. And he has the same role as Argenta, and I felt like Argenta was just better. Yeah, it really sucks because I really want to use him, but yeah, he wasn't. I felt like he wasn't that good. I like his character. Actually, well, this seems to be a thing with CRPGs. Yeah, that's the genre. Like playing Baldur's Gate and now this. I like a lot of these characters. It seems like that's the big draw with CRPGs, that the characters and the story is pretty intriguing. Like I like it a lot. I can't believe I never played these types of games. That's crazy to me. Cause like a lot of like the games I really love, like Mass Effect, it's got its problems, but man, I love the characters so much. And the same with like JRPGs like Persona or Xenoblade or freaking Yakuza. Well, Yakuza's not always a JRPG, but the main draw for me of like a bunch of games is characters. Also this one, and I guess the same with Baldur's Gate, not knowing the setting, it was super what's the word? Like every time I boot up the game, I was super invested because I wanted to learn more about like the world and how it works and the lore and stuff like that. Like, I definitely want to learn more about Warhammer. I don't know how, but maybe play other games or stuff like that. I know there are a bunch of different types of Warhammer games. Also, I know there's the regular Warhammer, which is like fantasy setting, like Dungeons and Dragons kind of. And there's the one, this one is 40k, which is sci-fi. I haven't done the fantasy thing at all, but this, I really like this, the 40k. Really interesting. Oh right, I forgot. I was gonna, at some point, I gotta look up what the Catan is, because that has to be a real thing in the actual Warhammer 40k universe. It's interesting. And Necrons, because Necrons just showed up in chapter 5. This is the thing where like I feel like it's this there are some faults, I guess, in the story or the game. Like the Necrons literally just show up for this chapter, and this chapter is only 4 systems big. I feel like I didn't learn enough about the Necron. Like they just show up out of nowhere. I'm like, what? I like them. They're cool. It seems like they can't die, or at least they always get reanimated, but I wish there was more to them, I guess, in this game. Catan too, but I can the way the Catan looked, like it being like such a ancient deity, I feel like I give it more leeway. Oh, that's the beginning of the game. I remember being in that balcony. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with this game a lot. Oh, dude, the music. I just realized because hearing this music. The music in this game is insane. That also reminds me of Baldur's Gate, where I guess maybe it's just a CRPG thing, but the music is so good. There's a lot of tracks where I'm like, damn, this is excellent. It's very good. I guess speed up. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I am really interested in 40k now. I don't know how else. The only thing I can think of is play other games, but I definitely want to learn more about like the universe and stuff like that. I guess I could always buy the figurines, but Jesus, I always hear about 40k being like that's an expensive hobby if you want to get into 40k because of that. It reminds me of like Gundam, where like if you want to get into Gunpla, it's like that's also an expensive hobby, man. I don't know what to do now after this game. This game took a huge chunk of my time. Actually, you know what? Because this is the same deal where this developer did other games. I might... Like, I was thinking about it with Baldur's Gate, being like, oh, I might try Divinity 2 because of them. This might be the same deal where, if I remember right, the people who made this game, Owlcat, they made oh, what is that? The other thing. It's like D&D, but not D&D. I know that. I forgot, but they made a game like that. Like it's D&D, but it's not called Dungeons and Dragons. There's like another property that's the same fantasy setting and all that. I might try that, since I assume it's the same playstyle as this kind of. And now I know that I should definitely focus on like what do you say? Like focus on the build for I guess Owlcat games. Like, I can't be as free as compared to I guess I forgot who made Baldur's Gate, but those people. I don't know if they would ever do it, but I really would. Nah, it's so much work. I was about to say if they would ever update with voice acting, but that is a lot of work. And a lot of money. That's a lot of money because there's so much lines of dialogue. Yeah. I guess the only way I could see like them ever adding voice acting for this game is if like another version of the game comes out, I guess. That's the only way I could see it. Not an update. Yeah, the environments of this game is so cool too. Or I guess Warhammer 40k. Like the Necron pyramid area, that's cool. Like that sleek green and black. Really good. And obviously your ship. It's so weird like how... It's an interesting combination. Gothic with sci-fi. That's so weird. But it works. Well, to me it works. As someone who didn't know about 40k before this game. And also the Dark City. That was weird. I wish you could see more of it. There wasn't much. It was a big area, but the way, like from what I remember, the book adventures in the game where like it's fun, like a story and you get to pick your choices. It talks about the Dark City being like, oh, you're in the streets and stuff like that, and like it didn't look like that in gameplay. Trying to think, is there anything else I'm missing? Thank you for playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Thank you. Damn, fucking done. Crazy. I guess my last save is like Baldur's Gate where you don't get like a save for like new game or whatever. Or post game, I mean. Fuck. Well, that's it. It's weird that I beat it. That's crazy. There was something I wanted to say, but I can't think of it. Nah, I can't think of it. Well, anyways, I would definitely recommend this game. I guess if you're into CRPGs, I would definitely recommend it. And if you're new to 40k and you're not deterred by CRPG mechanics, I guess. Like, if this was my first CRPG, I think I might have quit playing the game. But since I played Baldur's Gate, I felt like I felt more comfortable, even though like some stuff was too much. I don't know the word. I want to say harrowing, but I don't know if that's the right word. Like building the characters, or like what skills to use and all that. But yeah, either way, I definitely recommend this game. I had a lot of fun. I definitely want to learn more about 40k. But that's gonna be it. This is already a long ass video because of the epilogues. Take care. Bye bye.